Hello and welcome to the channel. As usual, and as is so often the case, looks like Nigerians are getting the short end of the stick. As we battle through this new reality of Tinubu's economic reforms, Nigerians have been told to make sacrifices, short-term pain for long-term gain. But it doesn't look like the federal government will be partaking in this. Already, despite denial, there has been whispers of an increase in their salaries, government officials. So why is it that not the common man go continue to the sacrifice? Not them the suffer pass, but not them go still make the bigger sacrifice. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Jumbo cost of governance. Buhari's food budget for Tinubu, Shetima, creates ripples. The economy is in a bind, inevitably spurring the call by the Tinubu administration for sacrifice on the part of the citizenry to pull the nation out. On its inauguration day, President Bola Tinubu removed subsidy on petrol that had cost the nation trillions of naira as part of the sacrifice. He has since followed up with the merging of the multiple foreign exchange rates, a situation that has led to the depreciation of the naira at the official window. The implication is not lost on the citizenry who now have to cope with the attendant inflation. And arising from the foreign exchange rates merger was the announcement last week that electricity tariff would go up as power distribution companies said the concession they were getting from the official window was gone, and this would raise their cost of production. The announcement has since been reversed, but the hike is only a matter of time as the reversal came about because due process was not followed and the tariff had not been approved by the authorities. Also last week, indications emerged that vehicle owners will have to pay yearly for proof of ownership, contrary to the outgoing era that makes the payment one-off in the life of a vehicle. Other belt-tightening measures to free funds for government to meet its obligations may soon follow. But amid the call on the citizenry for sacrifice to pull Nigeria out of the woods, many people are worried about jumble cost of governance occasioned by what some call questionable budgetary allocations by government at different levels. For instance, the Buhari administration made provisions of 11.92 billion naira for feeding and foreign trips of the President and Vice President in the 2023 budget of the federal government, which Tinubu and VP Shetima have now inherited. A breakdown shows that 331.79 million naira would be spent on the President's feeding, while that of his deputy is 176.92 million naira. When put together, the nation would be spending 508.71 million naira on food and refreshments for their president and VP at the end of the fiscal year. Local and foreign trips for the president and his vice would cost over 3 billion naira. 2.49 billion naira was earmarked for the office of the president, while his deputy gets 846.61 million naira. Also included are 1.58 billion naira earmarked for aircraft maintenance and 1.60 billion naira allocated for overhauling of Gulfstream GV and CL-605 aircraft engines. Sunday Vanguard recalls that in the heat of the criticism generated by the huge budgetary allocation for aircraft maintenance during the Buhari administration, then spokesman Malam Garba Shehu said there were 10 planes in the presidential fleet. They include 2 Augusta Westland AW-139 helicopters, 2 Augusta Westland 101 helicopters, 2 Falcons 7X, 1 Orca Siddeley 4000, Boeing business jets, Boeing 737-800 or NAV 001, 1 Gulfstream 550, 1 Gulfstream V and 1 Gulfstream 500. It could not be established if any aircraft was added to the fleet between when the former presidential spokesperson made the disclosure and now. Economists argue that even rich countries like the United States and the United Kingdom don't feed their president and prime minister respectively, saying it is an anomaly for a poor nation like Nigeria to vote humongous funds to feed its leaders. They also contend that very few countries across the world maintain as many as 10 planes in their presidential fleet as Nigeria does. For instance, according to them, when the leaders of some of these countries use planes in the presidential fleet for personal purposes, they pay. Nigeria's bureaucracy is also seen as bloated, thus consuming a large chunk of government revenues. For example, the National Assembly, NAS, in the 2003 Appropriation Act was allocated 328.1 billion naira, the highest in 23 years. A breakdown shows that the funds were tied to several purposes, with some still generating ripples. One such is 16 billion 520,653,763 naira, budgeted for senators and members of the House of Representatives aides. There is also 8.5 billion naira for National Assembly liabilities, the details of which weren't spelled out. Also, 100 billion naira was approved for zonal intervention programs, ZIPs, otherwise known as constituency projects. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. The money wishes for the 469 federal legislators has been an issue of controversy as lawmakers are often accused of mismanagement of funds meant for such projects. Only last week, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, appointed 33 heads, bringing the number of his appointees to 35. Abbas argued that the appointment would ensure effective delivery of his agenda for the House. The last occupant of the office had no fewer than 33 heads. In 2016, a non-report pegged the number of legislative heads at 2,570. According to the National Assembly Act, each lawmaker is entitled to 5 aides. The Act says the Senate President is entitled to 45 aides, his deputy 30, and 20 each for principal officers. For the Speaker of the House, the Act provides 35 assistants for him, Deputy Speaker 15, and 10 each for the 6 principal officers. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.